Portly. Did you ever hear that word?
Portly?
Portly.
Yeah, it's a funny word.
Well, we went in to get him a jacket one day. He wanted me to go out with him, and so he said, I had seen some, you don't have me on, do you?
No.
Yeah, because I'm not. So we went out to the store, and we went to, he couldn't find anything that fit him. We put a regular on, you know, and it looked funny, the shoulders didn't fit. So he said, well, there was something bigger size. So he said, I think it said Portly. And so I went down to the car, and I said, pardon me, do you happen to have any Portly coats for my Portly husband? She said, no, we don't have any more pennies than Boscos had. So we left and we went down to Boscos and walked right in, and there was a big Portly rack of Portly jacket.
Right.
So he put one on, and what were you, 40? A perfect 40, I think, or 42 Portly. And we had never heard that before. But they have, what they are, they're just like regular, only they have bigger stomachs.
Right.
This goes out around here. And this fits them perfectly. And now they come out with men that like jeans, who want jeans that are Portly, these middle-aged men that want to wear jeans. And they're called lax or something with lax in them.
Right.
And they're Portly. They don't call them Portly, but they call them lax.
Elastic.
Well, no, they don't say that, but it's relaxed or something.
Right.
Something like that. And we got a big kick out of that Portly stuff. Dad was Portly.
That's funny.
Just regular. Okay, we'll pretend we like each other. You look nice, and I'll be your mommy. Look nice now for Pete. He's gonna. No, we're not gonna get.
Okay, so I'm starting it. So I wrote down a bunch of questions I could ask you, or do you want to start by just talking about, you know?
Well, I think you should start with what you want us to say first.
Okay.
Just tell us what you want to say.
Okay, so first question. How did you guys meet?
How did we meet?
Yeah.
Do you want to answer that, Jack?
I remember that well. I used to go to Mass in the morning.
How old were you?
First I worked on a service station down Main Street.
Okay.
Part-time, I was going to school. Then I graduated school, and then I went to the Army. And after I come back from the Army, I went back to work for the guy down at the service station for part-time. And one day, here comes this woman walking down the street, and she come into the service station and said her battery was dead. And I told the boss, I'll take care of this one. So I went up and jumped her in front of St. Paul's Church.
Okay.
She parked in front of the church and went to church and come out and the car wouldn't start. So I went up there and I jumped her right in front of the church.
All right, now I'll give you my rendition. I went to Mass at St. Paul's on Saturday morning.
Okay.
And went to work. I had a half a day work on this Saturday at the office. I was a secretary of Penn Oil Corporation, downtown Butler. And at noon, when I got out of the office, the car was dead, and I walked down and passed the service station on the right-hand side of the street, walked right by that one, and went to the one on the left hand, and lo and behold, there was Jack Sanders working in there, and I didn't know that. But I had seen him at church before that, going to daily Mass. And I was very shocked to see him there. And so he did do what he said. He asked the guy, the owner, if he could go up, and he started my car. And then we met at Mass. You know, I went to Mass in the morning, he went to Mass. And he told me he was going to have a service station open on Jefferson Street. He said, come into my service station. Well, I was quite smitten by him, and I went in to get some gas, and he asked me for a date.
What did you ask her to do?
What did I ask her to do?
Yeah, on the date. Do you take her to a movie, or?
Yeah, we went to a movie.
Do you remember what movie it was?
All I know is walking up the street, I fell off the curb.
He was so excited. Can you turn it off?
Telling us about your first date. Grandpa asked.
So I went down to this little service station that he had, and he asked me for a date, and I said, okay, I'll meet you at my aunt's, because she lived in town and I lived out in the country. And so we made a date, and he came down and picked me up at my aunt's, and we walked. He evidently didn't have a car that night. We walked uptown to a movie, and then we went to a restaurant afterwards, and then he walked me back down to my aunt's. But on the way up, he was so happy and elated with Aunt. And he fell off the curb. He always remembers that.
Right.
We don't know what the movie was, and we remember the restaurant, and
What was the restaurant?
Pell's, and it isn't there anymore. It was up by the courthouse on Main Street.
Right.
Jack was almost 25 when he met me.
Great.
I was 22 when I met Jack.
Just a kid.
So then, how long did you start dating
We
frequently?
met in May. We started the 16th of May, and in June I went with a friend of mine up to New York on a vacation, and we came back, and he gave me my ring on like about the 26th of June. We were married the 12th of September.
Wow.
3 months before.
Very quick.
Yes, it was very, very quick.
Hey, I didn't want to let her get away.
Smart.
They don't make them like her no more.
But anyway, we had a short courtship, and he had just gone into business, so we didn't have much of a courtship at all. I'll tell you
Right.
now, between you and me and everybody else. We didn't date that much, maybe once or twice a week at the very, very most, because he worked 10, 12, 14 hours a day at the service station. And when he started, I'm sure it was 14 hours a day, because
Right.
it was open from 7 till 10.
Mm-hmm.
And he stayed there to get his business built up. And because of his personality and knowing people and stuff, he was able to build up a business pretty fast.
Great.
Then we were married in September, and I wanted children right away. I really wanted a big family, and right away we didn't start a family right away. It didn't happen. But 3 months later, I found out I was pregnant. So we had our oldest son Jackie the next September 2nd.
Right.
And of course he didn't last too long.
Right.
He died after he was under 6 months. And then we had
Your mom.
6 other children. Yeah.
How long till my mom was born after that?
She was born about 11 or 12 months after that.
Okay.
We had them a year apart. We were married, and at my 30, I had my 7th pregnancy. And that was it. I didn't want any more children after 30.
Yeah.
So we had all of our pregnancies by 30. And so that was pretty fast. But I enjoyed it. And I didn't have any problems. The Lord blessed me.
Yes.
With the desire of my heart. That was the desire of my heart, was to get, I was raised as an only child, more or less. I had a brother, but he was so many years older than I was, like 60 or more years older.
Right.
And so I didn't have playmates and stuff, and I thought, boy, when I get married, I want a lot of kids, because I want them to have companionship and
Right.
and have ties and roots and things. So I was very anxious to have a lot of children, and the Lord blessed them.
Great.
Amen.
So, do you recollect? I want to hear about your earliest memories of your lives individually.
Whatever yours, Dad.
Mine. Moving up from Pittsburgh to Butler, 4th grade, and I went to St. Peter's here in Butler and flunked the 4th grade.
He did well in Pittsburgh, he said. He went to the nuns down in Pittsburgh and did very well. Come up here and flunked a grade right off the bat, I guess.
But that was great. I had to join the choir and sang in the choir at the church. Enjoyed it very much at St. Peter's.
Did you play any sports as a child?
Pardon me?
Did you play any sports when you were young?
Sports.
Sports? No, I didn't play any.
But there was one thing at school that I thought was rather interesting in those days that he had to put up with. He went to Catholic school, and at lunchtime or whenever, we used to get an hour off at lunchtime because the schools were small then and the classes were small.
Yeah.
And when he'd go out to play, these big boys, big hefty football players, little scrawny Jack, and tell them what they did.
See how much they'd try to see if they could make you, see how hard they could hit you with it.
And they would take their fists, he told me, and they would hit as hard as they could, to see how much these kids could take. And you didn't want to cry, you didn't want to do anything, I guess. And so I thought that was kind of an interesting thing. Now, when I went to school, we had a ball. We played baseball, And the whole school would, the big 8th grade kids would play with the first, well, the lowest you could play the baseball, and they'd pick you up on their side and stuff, and we'd play with them. We had a great big diamond in the backyard of the school, and we'd play Annie over.